Gamers, we're back with yet another guide. We've done Sengoku Daimyo, Golden Horde, and now we're going to do Tughlaq Dynasty. I'm going to show you a fairly simple but very strong build order, and this is a style that I found to be super strong. Simple, feudal, push-based playstyle, and once again, when we get to about month in DLC, I will be making another guide for Tughlaq Dynasty and all the new civilizations. But this is something to just get you started if you want to play Tughlaq Dynasty. So let's go. So from the get-go, there's already something very unique that you're about to see. Now, I would suggest you do this if you don't have the APM. Maybe try it, and if you can do it, great. If you can't, it is what it is. But this is what you want to do. The moment the game starts, you're going to queue up 1 or 2 villagers, doesn't matter. You're going to send your scout to scout, and then you're going to immediately make worker elephants in your TC. You're going to make 2 of them, okay? So what you're going to do is the moment the game starts, you're going to send villagers, make 2 villagers, send a scout, and then you want to send worker elephants with shift Q in different directions. Build a house. Now, why are we doing this? Well, I don't know if this is intended or not. I'm assuming it is. But worker elephants can collect sheep. So, because of this, even though they don't have a lot of vision, as you can see, just sending them in random directions can give you sheep. So, if you look right here, this bad boy just found 1. And if you send 3 elephants to scout around, you're probably going to run into a couple of sheep like this. So, one of the elephants you will send always behind your base, and you will quickly just let him scout a little bit, and you're going to go to your gold. You don't want to have the elephant too far away because this is your drop-off point, so you need it to mine gold, which you're going to do very quickly. We're going to put 8 on food, and then we're going to rally on gold. Meanwhile, with these other ones, you're going to be scouting around the map, and like I said, you can just shift-click around the map. You don't have to constantly micro them or anything like that. Just shift-click them around the map and let them do their thing, and if you find any extra sheep, good. And you're going to use this worker elephants later anyway for your resources, so it's not a waste. As you can see, this guy got 1 sheep. I think he'll get this one too, so 2 sheep for that guy. Very nice. Now, don't be afraid if you run into the enemy TC with these guys. They have 500 HP, so they literally cannot die to a TC fire. At least not, you know, like a scout that just dies immediately. So once you do this, just shift-click them in the areas that are not revealed and hope you find something. And with your scout, do actual proper scouting because you can see the sheep and you can go to them. Once you have 8 on food, you will rally on gold. And we're going to do that until we have 4 or 5. Now, I have tested both 4 and 5. Both are viable, both are okay, and then the reason we'll have this many is because we need a lot of gold to produce healer elephants. Now we're gonna go with Dome of the Faith. So there's 2 landmarks, Tower of Victory and Dome of the Faith. Tower of Victory gives you 15% attack speed on your elephants. Dome of the Faith allows you to build the healer elephants, which are right now completely OP. Now, I'm not saying Tughlaq Dynasty as a civilization is OP, but that specific unit is completely broken. So, you're going to age up with 4. This is the worker split we're having. And basically, the reason I need this many on food and gold is because I want to produce healer elephants that cost 150 food, 150 gold. And then we go on the wood. So, if you look, the elephant, worker elephant, is right here on the wood, even on the straggler tree. And then we're going to send the 3rd elephant to berries. Now, if you look, you can, I don't know if you saw right here, you can see it. So basically what I did is I shift-queued the worker elephant onto the tree and then onto this tree. And once you do that, the elephant, once this tree is chopped down, it will go to this tree. And because it's right-clicked, it will follow the villagers that are, it's not going to follow the villagers, but it's going to go from tree to tree constantly, so you actually don't have to move worker elephants constantly. Same thing with berries. If you right click on this berry, if that berry gets mined out or gathered, the elephant will move to either this or this berry. So this is something that you should know because it's pretty important. So you don't have to manually click the whole time. You can just right click on the resource like if you were gathering it with a villager. Okay. So we see 6 on food, 5 on gold. Now it looks like too much gold, but we're going to get a very important upgrade as well. That's pretty expensive. So the moment we age up, this is what we want to do. No matter what civ we're playing against, okay, with Tughlaq Dynasty. Okay, when these guys finish building the landmark, you're going to send them on wood. So no matter which civ you're playing against, this is very important, and this is how you're going to play every matchup pretty much. We're going to build a healer elephant, and we're going to rally it across the map. And we're going to instantly harass with it because he has a lot of HP, and our opponent will probably not have enough units to deal with it. So what you want to do with the scout, it's very important to see what he is making. So you will do this. You put pressure with healer elephants on gold or whatever. The moment you see the opponent making stable or barracks or archer range, you will respond with the counter to it. So if the enemy makes a stable, you will make a barracks. If the enemy makes an archer range, you will make a stable. If the enemy makes a barracks, you can make an archer range. Okay? So that's how you're going to play basically every single matchup. And now we have, we're going to have 8 on wood very soon. And then we're going to rally back on food. Because we want to be able to not only produce these guys, but we want to produce some other units too. And there you see the elephant move. Now the reason we want this much gold is because of this upgrade right here. Woven baskets. Villagers gather resources 5% faster, all resources. And bonus resources dropped off at worker elephants, town centers, and docks increased to 10%. So right now it's 5%. If you upgrade this, all villagers drop off another 5% extra resources. So it's just an economic upgrade that affects everything. Okay? If the enemy doesn't make any units, what to go for? Well, if the enemy doesn't make any units, you're just going to deny his gold or kill the Ubu with healer elephants. And at that point, you can just go spearman if you want to, but that's not going to be a good situation for him. If he can't, like if he's just sitting on his TC and woodline. So he will have to make something. Now, there's the first healer elephant, and what we're gonna do now is just consistently produce worker elephants, or sorry, healer elephants for pretty much the rest of the feudal age at least, because these guys have insane stats. They got 450 health, they heal, there's double scholar that are healing, and they gain 1 damage for each nearby melee infantry. So they work really well with spearmen, they work really well with men-at-arms, but archers and crossbows and hand cannoneers do not give them this buff, only melee infantry. So this is the Golden Horde Tower, so I'm going to show you what happens when you send the elephant. He's not on gold, which I saw, so I was like, okay, let's go over here and let's just start harassing. Meanwhile, I'm not seeing any production buildings, which is why I haven't made my production building. So I just go in here and look at this. This is a garrison outpost and I'm already denying food. Now he's dealing some damage, but we got second elephant coming, so I can just heal up. Okay, this is the worker splits. You're gonna leave 5 on gold, 8 on wood, and the rest is gonna go on food. We see the archer range now coming up, and we see stable coming up immediately as well. So now that we got 2 healer elephants, look at this. We just go for the tower again, and these guys are going to heal each other. This circle that you see around healer elephants, that is the range of the healing. But one thing to note, if you look here, they don't have healing icons, which means I cannot click this elephant to tell it to heal something. They heal on their own in this circle. They pick a target and then they heal it. Okay? Isn't 5% upgrade better than wheelbarrow to pick first? Yes, that's why I got it. So now we can just go attack the tower, and I'm forcing his villagers to be garrison. And look at the healing right now. It's just crazy strong, and we're already idling his eco. So some games maybe you'll lose an elephant because you overextended, but you should get a good feel how much you can go out, how long you can stay, and so on. And if you do it well, you will be able to do economic damage to your opponent. Now, because the upgrades for Tughlaq Dynasty finish in 5 seconds, I immediately got +1 ranged armor, and now everything is even better than it was. Now we got Raider Elephants producing, and I'm gonna go Archer range. The reason I'm going Archer range blindly, even though I didn't see any Spearmen, is because I have Healer Elephants, and now I'm making Raider Elephants, so it's very logical that my opponent will go for Spearmen. So I'm basically pre-countering his Spearman switch. That's the kind of idea behind it. So watch this. He's got 2 Torgoods, he's got a Khan, he's got 4 Archers, upgraded fortified outpost, and 5 villagers inside it, and I'm just chilling right here. Look at that. Look at the healing that they're doing. I am assuming this will get nerfed. Like, I don't know if they are, but it seems very strong and very silly, in my opinion. So, yeah. Basically, the enemy kind of needs to go for Spearmen. Because other than Spearmen and Knights, nothing really does enough damage. Okay? So have that in mind. And again, I'm just idling 5 of his villagers for the past 3 minutes. So whenever your elephant gets low, you can just move it back a little bit. And every time his melee units come closer, I just start fighting them. And you can also kill a scout right there. And we're still just idling his ass right there. Now, Archers are going to start the production. Again, if you look at my worker split, this is because we're producing very food-heavy units right now, which is the Raider Elephants and the Healer Elephants. But soon we're going to put more workers on wood because we want to transition to a lot of Archers, and he just gives up this fortified outpost, so I can just kill it without a problem, and he's going to lose double Archer range along the way as well. So it's a very good start. I'm doing this wall off to just wall all this food for myself so it doesn't get harassed or anything like that, because I felt the game is looking pretty good for me right now. Now, I'm going to speed up a little bit. You can see we have 6 Healer Elephants. Now, the reason we're not making Scholars or Imams, because they can get picked off really fast. So I just went and got Healer Elephants instead because they can also attack. So we destroy all of this. And we got some Archers as well, and he is looking like in a pretty bad spot. He catches my villager here. And actually, the moment I saw this, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna dive. This was a bit of an overextension, but it was fun. We are causing more idle time. You can also turn on trample ability on your Raider Elephants, and they basically walk through the units and do a lot of they do some AOE damage. In the back, we're defending against these guys. We got healers, so nothing can really die. So yeah, I overextended here a little bit, but if you look, he's not even producing villagers right now. So even though it looks like pretty bad for me, it's okay. Like it's not the end of the world, I would say. And in the end, we're just gonna run away with the Healer Elephants, and as they're running, they're healing themselves up. So what I'm trying to do right now is I'm just gonna switch to Mass Archer because I noticed the Spearmen. I killed 2 Archer ranges. I saw double barracks. So I'm just gonna switch to a lot of Archers, and I'm even getting the Piety for the bonus HP for my Healer Elephants. I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. See, this is how you kill these. You get a big surround and you beat them down real quick. So now it looks scary for me, but not really. We're gonna go back home. 3rd Archer range is coming up. And my food is secured over here behind the wall. He's trying to secure his side of the map. And basically, once you have about, I would say, 5 of these Healer Elephants, they're just very strong. And they can heal like insane amounts of damage from your opponent. So right here, I have 13 Archers. So I decide, okay, let's go for a push. I feel pretty comfortable, and that's what I do. And we're gonna have a very similar situation where he's gonna go for the raid. I see it, but I go, I'm just gonna keep pushing because I can just run away from here and I can build reinforcements to defend. I wanted to go for an age up behind this, but when I saw that he is pushing from here again, I decided to make units once more. And now you will see, once you have archers, raider elephants, and the healer elephants, the fighting becomes a lot easier for me. We're gonna defend these guys with reinforcements. And now when the fight starts, he has 23 spearmen, but with raider elephants using their trample ability together with the archers and with the healing, this unit comp is gonna get absolutely destroyed. So look, I use trample over here to trample on these archers and do a lot of AoE. Same thing on this side to the spearmen, and all my archers are killing the spearmen. I lose a couple of elephants, but in the end, if you look, my army almost didn't move, and his whole army just died. So, yeah, healer elephants are pretty OP. So I would advise you to use them before they get nerfed, because there is... I think there's no way this unit stays in the game. Because it's just... the stats are a bit crazy, to say the least. Like, I think the health should be nerfed probably by from 450 to like 300 or 350. At the very least. Like, it's a very expensive unit, but the fact that he can attack and move and heal at the same time is, yeah. So, this game, I just end up destroying his Ubus one by one, and he eventually does tap out. Now, I do want to say, if I was playing against the Knight Civ, I would open exactly the same way, but I would, instead of stable, I would make a barracks, and I would make spearmen plus healer elephants, which in return would actually buff them to do more damage. And then when my opponent goes knights into archers, I would probably go spearmen into raider elephants. So my unit comp would be spearmen, raider elephant, and healer elephant. Because you don't want to make archers unless there's spearmen from the opponent. So basically, you put pressure with the healer elephants, and then you just counter what they're doing. That should be your style, and that's how you should think about the game with this specific build. And now I'm even going for an age up with House of Learning. Once you do age up to castle, there's a very strong upgrade. Oh my god, his 37 villager eco is just idle. I'm going to show you in a second, but there's a specific upgrade in House of Learning that is just very strong, and is synergizes really well with healer elephants, and it's Neza training and Kanda drills. So this one improves men-at-arm damage, men-at-arm charge duration, by 3 seconds, and increases damage of their charge attack by 100%. And then this one is spearman damage against cavalry is increased by 35%, and production speed is increased by 50%. So the reason both of these synergize really well with the healer elephants is because of the elephant formation buff that gives you damage for each melee unit nearby. And this has no cap, so you could go to 100 damage on the healer elephants if you had 100 infantry melee units around it. On top of it, House of Learning has some other elephant upgrades, so it's just a landmark that is basically for melee units, or melee infantry, plus elephants. This is what that landmark is made for. Now, at this point, the best thing to do is just make barracks and mass man-at-arm. Now, I had a lot of idle time because I was running around from these units, so I didn't have enough resources to make. I didn't have enough woods to make barracks, but now you can make war elephant, you can make lancers. What's really good about Tughlaq Dynasty is your veteran upgrades finish in 5 seconds. So I can finish my upgrades immediately and just end the game. And no matter which style or build or situation you're playing in, if you're aging up to castle, start building imams so that as you're aging up, you can pre-position your imams so they can pick up the relics and you can get the gold going. And yes, so there's a question, what about the governors? So I have tested this, making these guys in feudal age, the forts, and I have tested making them an early castle. My opinion is the forts are great, and when you put governors, they're great, but they're deceivingly expensive, okay? So if you think that there's like some build where you go like 2 TC fort or something like that, I mean, it takes a long time to build those forts, and if you're not on many workers, it's just gonna take so long to basically build them up. So my advice to you is to build these in Castle Age, because you need 425 stone to build it. Then you take a governor. Then if you want to upgrade it, it's another like 400 or 500 resources, and the workers building it is going to take a while. And then no matter where you put it, the opponent can just attack somewhere else. So while they're cheap, if they're not upgraded, they only have 2,000 health, so they can die very, very quickly. Okay. Regarding which governors to get, my advice is, most of the time you will want to get the governor of the farming one, where every house or farm you put next to the fort, you gain food per minute. I think that one is really nice to transition to once you start running out of food. But there's 6 of them, and you can go for quite a few different ones. But I think the farming one is probably the best. But I'm not going to make a guide all the way to Imperial, because every game is very, very different. But this is just a guide to get you guys started, to get you to learn about Tughlaq Dynasty, and then as you play more and more, you're going to figure some stuff yourself. And like I said, in about a month, probably, I'm going to make another Tughlaq Dynasty guide, maybe to Town Center, maybe Castle Rush, maybe we'll figure something out, who knows, but we're going to make a new one. So I think I just upgraded, oh no, I don't know what I used my gold for, because all my gold is gone. Oh, I got +2 ranged armor, which is just dumb because he doesn't even have ranged units. But there it is. He attacks because he saw my age up, and he loses the whole army. So I think he's just going to tap out in a second. And there it is. Like I said, this build is very, very strong. I would imagine there's going to be some forum Reddit threads being opened up against these elephants specifically. But good luck if you're playing against healer elephants, and if you're playing with them, I mean, have fun while it lasts. If you're watching this on YouTube, on the video, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you, brother. And if you're watching live, let's keep going.